Good evening, Ms. Shazia.
Good evening, Anthony. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Wish you a very good year.
Thank you. And it's a New Year gift for you to you get the PMP certification at the end of the last year. And once again, congratulations on achieving your PMP certification with above target in all 3 domains.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Welcome. And thank you also to debrief your experience for the benefit of other participants. So let's start with your preparation. You finished the training in July and you took the examination by the end of December. So can you give a brief on how you prepared for the examination, what materials you used and your methodology, what you followed?
First of all, thank you so much, Anthony, because I think I can tell you that the success what I got in PMP is because of your training. And it was very good, helpful, and which was the core for me, to get this PMP certification. So yeah, I finished my training with you in July, and then I actually started preparing in September. I started properly. I mean, I was not doing it very well. September, I started, in the way the schedule you had given after the training, how to follow it. I started like that. With your videos, then the student manual and LMS. So it was not like, every day, maybe you have given 2 days, maybe I must, because, at home when I'm there, my kids. So I followed the same thing, but maybe I must have taken a little longer or something, I finished the course by going through your videos and the student manual and answering the LMS, okay? Then I analyze what I have gone wrong in the exam, how much I got, and which things I felt that I have not been able to clearly get it. I went back to your videos, watch the videos again, and then move forward. It was not like after LMS, I just left and I went. No, once I answered the LMS in that particular area, I just checked where I have gone wrong, went back to your videos, just cleared my things, and then went forward,
Yeah,
though I didn't
great.
The second exam. After I finished one set of all the revision, then I went again to the LMS and I answered all the exam, session wise, all the exams. Then I attempted the mock, Once the first I attempted the mock and I went through the questions which I was not able to answer. Again, I reviewed what was the thing which I'm missing, went back to your videos, clarified all those again, and then I proceeded to answer my mock 1 and mock 2. Again, I went through all their reviewed what I have been missing and what has gone wrong. From there on, what I did was I just started answering only the mock exams. Get into sometimes even though we study, we don't actually get the scenario, the situation wise. So by going all those model questions, I was able to understand. Plus, when I answered, let me tell you that once I finished mock 2 after the second attempt, I really went 90 and above. In
90
one, I got for mock 2, one mock I got 86, and mock 2 I went on 90 point something it came. Still the thing. So again, I went back to see where again I have done the mistakes, just to know if I'm missing something. But those were some scenarios which I, as you had told us, and I followed your instructions, like, how to eliminate the questions, the 2 are very easy to eliminate, as you know. But the rest 2, if you are not very clear with the your principles, and because for me, the questions which came for my PMP exam was, I think 85% to 9, all agile.
All agile. So very good. So we'll come to the examination. Just to summarize, your preparation was mainly based on the plan what we shared as part of the training. So you used the videos, class videos, then you used the student manual, you reviewed it once, and you practiced all the questions in the LMS, especially the mock exam. And second time when you took, you scored more than 95% in the 90% in the mock exam.
I did that. Yeah. And whenever, if I have done some mistake, I've reviewed those questions and I went back and checked on your video, what I have not understood. It was like that, after, because we just feel, oh, it is the answer and we forget it. But I realized that what happens is it's not right, because sometimes again I do the same mistake. So I went back to your videos to just clarify the basics, what I have been missing.
Yeah, this is what I want to tell to all participants as well. You are not taking the mock examination only to check your score, is to check where you are going wrong, so that you can go back and make sure the concept is clear. So you come back, and because you may not get the same question in the exam, you'll get same scenario. So if you're clear with the concept, you can pass the examination well. Great. That's a good piece of advice what you mentioned, like where you are going wrong, where you have gone wrong, you have checked our video or the materials and you tried that again. So that helped you to understand, okay, why you are wrong and what you have to do to make it correct. And you also mentioned 2 of the choices you could eliminate, and the other 2 choices, if you know the concept, you can answer it well. Great. That's a very good, preparation you have done. And that showed up in the examination as well. So now coming to the examination, how was the real exam? So the 60 questions block, are you able to manage on time? How the questions were mostly like one correct answer or more than one correct answer? Can you give a debrief on your examination as well, please?
The exams of the time-wise, as you had even informed us, how to go about answering, each 60 minutes, take 10 minutes break. And I did the same thing. I followed that instruction. Even you told us how to eliminate, if you have questions, understand, it is easy to eliminate 2, as you have already told, out of 4, 2, it's not the answer, but the 2 remaining are very critical, just some words maybe, which makes the difference. If I I was not able to get it properly, whichever I thought was the best answer, I marked it and flagged it and went ahead. I didn't waste time on that, So I got enough time after, even when before 60 minutes, I got to review all those again. So after reviewing it, and I was able to get it, and then I got 10 minutes break. So time-wise, I had enough time. Even after finishing all my 60, 60, 60, I had some time last, and I didn't, all the flag answers were revised and answered properly. Still, I had 5 to 7 minutes, and I thought I'll go back, but I didn't do it because, sometimes you just start thinking too much. So I just took rest and I finished the paper, I just...
Okay, that's good to know, because 2 types of feedback we'll get. One, as you mentioned, okay, we had like around 10 minutes in the end to spare. So we finished the exam early. Some of the feedback says like last 2 questions I couldn't see, like by the time the time got finished, and, time management is a very important thing. So that means you managed your time very well. Those 60 questions block, you took the right time, and you mentioned you took the feedback as well. Sorry, you took the break as well in between, 10 minutes break. Right. So now how...
Wise does remember that how to go. I think I was able to do it because, I didn't waste too much time on some of the questions where, the 2, you're not able to decide. But if you have your concepts and some flow, like it was mostly agile. So if you have all the principles and the 4 values and, the scrum flow and the agile and, the responsibilities, you are able to, get that small difference in those 2 answers. Even when I was not able to do it, I just marked which I thought was correct and moved ahead. I did not give more time, on that question, because I answer which I knew very well, and then I got enough time to go back and think about it.
Very
so
good.
that was advice, and I followed that.
Very good. So let me reiterate that. What she meant is agile values, agile principles, agile ceremonies, and agile roles. Difference between roles. If you are very clear with that, you will be able to, differentiate those 2 choices and find the right answer. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely right. I mean, wherever you are confused, because it's the options which came 4, out of which 2 were very easy, that it's not the answer. But the 2, it is very, very close by. And if you are very clear with those concepts, you are able to say, okay, both are correct, but this is the best. That is the difference,
Great.
So that is the main thing, that you're able to clearly get that.
Very good. So now coming to the type of questions. So you got more agile or hybrid or, predictive. How was the percentage of questions?
85 is agile. 85% was agile. Some predictive and some common, but otherwise it was basic. Most of the questions were agile based.
Agile based questions. Okay, great. So you have to be as a project manager or as a development team or a Scrum. So Scrum, there are three major roles: product owner, Scrum master, and development team. So questions were asked from which roles perspective?
Project managers. It was project manager, and then was a team.
Team, okay.
Project manager, basically, then was a team. Many questions which were based on how the team does it, how they reacted. And the next was the sponsor.
Sponsor. Okay, it's basically as a project manager, what you have to do, as a team, what you have to do, and as a sponsor, what you have to do. These are the 3 major areas of focus.
You're right.
Okay. Great. So have you got any calculation based questions?
No, not even one. There was only one question which was based on cost performance index, but that was not calculation based. It was not. I had no.
Okay, if you know the concept of earned value management, you will be able to answer that question.
No calculation. I didn't have any calculation.
Okay, now coming to the knowledge area, it's like we have 10 knowledge: integration, scope, schedule, cost. From which knowledge area you got more questions, or it's a mix of all knowledge areas?
I think it was a mix of most, though cost was on the less side. but more, what you say, the process or in each, all those steps were more questions.
More questions will be from like a mix of all the knowledge areas you have to know. Right, great. So now, type of questions, how many, like what percentage of like questions you got other than one correct answer question?
Means multiple which were to be choose,
Multiple
right?
answers, or like on the clicking on the screen.
Yes, choose 3 best options, and there was one which had 4. So I got, I think, around 5 questions were multiple.
Multiple correct answers.
I had one question where, even in the LMS, I had attempted that. You have a questions given, you have to just match sort of down. You have those answers, the type of topics, that one question I had, and another one was on the grid of the, influence of the stakeholder. In the same way, the grid were given, and you are supposed to, they had given the scenario that this person is, he's having a lot of, the scenario, and we had to place them in which influence grid they are.
Okay, in the power influence grid where they are. Okay, great. So most of the questions are like one right answer questions, but you had few other types of questions, more than one right answer, choosing on the graph, on the grid, and so on. Match the following. And great. So comparing to the questions what you practiced or the preparation what you did, how was the real exam? Is close to what you prepared or a little bit different?
Helped me because, though the contexts and scenarios were different, but the concept was same. Like the scenario they gave different, but if you have practiced those model questions, you know how to differentiate and get the correct answer. Maybe the little words may be different, maybe they have given the different scenario and situation, but the concept what they given is same. So many of the things which I answered in the model was quite helpful in that. I could answer, oh, this is the one, must be the answer.
So very good. So you prepared very well, and that helped you in the examination, and you achieved above target in all the domains. Now, what will be your advice to the future exam takers to score like you in the examination? So what you will advise them?
Yeah, I would say that first of all, they have to make up their mind that they have to answer it. If you just keep saying that, even I tried it when I came back, from my holiday, and I said, okay, I will do it, and you don't do it. But then I said, no, this is advice how Anthony gave us, that we have to make sure that we have to answer. Take a target that December I have to answer. And I started my first when I finished the revision, then I took the date. I said, okay, now let me book the date and start preparing. But once you take the date, that's the actual time when you really get worked up that, yes, I have to study more properly, and you do schedule your exam because you have a target. So without target, please, you will not be able to assess. First of all, you need to have a target. I tried it myself, without the target, and it doesn't help because you take, you have a lot of other things and you just keep postponing it and all. When you have a target, you will fall back on the plan and follow the schedule which you have given, the way you have given, and you have to be sincere. That is there. I mean, you have to take time. I know, everybody has a lot of other works, but if you have a target and you can take time and you follow a strict routine to follow that time. If you study that and you have given your videos, your LMS and student value is enough to crack the exam.
Very good. So that is creating the sense of urgency. That's exactly like what we learned in our training also. Once you have the date, you have that sense of urgency and you will make it happen.
And you try your best. And then last 1 week, I would advise that just go for the model question, even if you've answered it once. Try to go through it because, the scenario, what they give in the test may be different, but if concepts are same, what you have given in the model, you will be able to know, yes, this is what is the answer. And even if you are shaky, if you have the concepts also clear, both will help you. But questions, last 1 week, I just went only for the questions model. Even I answered multiple times I've answered, even if I knew, even then I answer multiple times. So it helps you.
That's when you say module questions, you mean mock exam or the session wise quizzes? Which one you mainly practice?
Both. I did. Even the session 1 exams, I went through all. Even after answering, I went through them again. Because both are quite different. You'll have placed everything different. Session wise, your models are different. Mock exams are different. So I did all. I didn't leave anyone. Even when I finished one full circle till I finished the mock, I went back to all the session wise, just gone through all the questions, each one, all the wise. Then I went again to the mock 0, mock 1, mock 2, and then I attempted mock 1 and mock 2 again last before I answered my exam.
Great. So 2 main things Shazia mentioned here. One, book a date as soon as possible. According to your schedule, a month later or 15 days later, book a date. That's the first thing. 2, practice as much as possible. So that's a simple mantra. Practice is the secret of success. If you, how many more questions you are practicing, that much more chance you have in passing the examination with very good score.
That's true.
That's true. Great. And thank you very much and for providing a great debrief of your experience and your approach for the exam. So I'm sure, like for many participants, this will help them to prepare in the right direction. And thank you also taking your time during the New Year Day to give a debrief. Have a great year ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you so much, Anthony, for your contribution to the success of mine. Okay.
You're welcome.
I have attended, I got this. I'm so thankful to you.
We are very happy, like, you are part, a small role we played, and that actually helped you to achieve the certification. Mainly, it's your dedication and preparation. I'm really happy with that. Thank you. Have a good year ahead. Thank you.